what time it is. Got 6 things you should know. And number 1 on our list, sorry about this, but milk chocolate lovers rejoice because today is your day, and that's because it's a National Milk Chocolate Day. And milk chocolate is made by combining chocolate liquor with either powdered liquid or condensed milk.
Obviously,
sorry about this, Josh.
Yeah, it's not the healthiest version of chocolate, but Americans seem to love it. Covers the most popular candy bars in the country, and according to the National Day calendar, adding milk to chocolate beverages has been around since the mid-17th century, but it wasn't until 1875 that Daniel Peter invented milk chocolate using Henry Nestle's powdered milk.
Yummy.
How many days does chocolate have, really?
I was just going to say, Josh has brought to our attention that there are many.
It's at least once a week, like anything that you can put chocolate on.
Calendar.
It's like, oh, today's chocolate covered raisin day. Today's chocolate covered grasshopper day. Today's chocolate milk day.
I'm sorry. This is torture. I'm going to just not even put it in the show
You know what?
anymore.
I dabbled with Oreos the other day. And
Did you really?
Yeah, I was okay with it and didn't have any kind of response. So maybe I should try adding some more chocolate to the diet.
Tell me what's happy and smiling.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, no problems with the Oreos.
I'll look and see when National Oreo Day is.
Probably soon.
All right, guys, moving on. Check out these mobile robots Ford is using to map one of its plants in Michigan. They actually look like dogs, and Ford Motor Company leased the robots named Fluffy and Spot from Boston Dynamics. Now, Fluffy and Spot use laser scanners and high-def cameras to collect data in dangerous and tough-to-reach areas. They can sit, stand, and even climb, but can they bark, Josh?
It's a good question. Creepy or cuddly? You make the decision. Kind of creepy, right? Engineers control them by remote. The robots are part of a pilot program to update Ford's plans. They have already scanned 2 facilities. Van Dyke and Dearborn will be the first vehicle or parts plant. Ford says the robots save a lot of time and money and could help bring products to the market faster.
You know what? I just saw the dog. That's pretty creepy. Those legs are not. That looks like a spider.
Imagine, yeah, walking into a dark room and seeing that.
Absolutely not. You know the little Amazon cart, though? The little rolly thing?
Yes.
Now that was cute.
Adorable.
This.
Not so much.
That jumping thing that it's doing right now?
But it's for a good purpose.
I'm not okay with that.
Careful, sir.
Careful, sir. All right, guys. Meanwhile, with just weeks to go before kids are supposed to head back to school, many districts are choosing to begin entirely online or to let parents make that decision. A lot of homes are going to need supplies, and that could lead to record level spending.
Mandy Gaither tells us just how much in today's Consumer Watch.
Parents across the country are preparing to once again turn their dining rooms into classrooms, and that means they're going to need to supplement the things that are normally found at school. According to the National Retail Federation, this means families could spend a record amount on back-to-school shopping. For parents with kids in kindergarten through 12th grade, the previous spending record was nearly $700 per family. This year, it could top that with a projected average of close to $800. And for college students, we know those textbooks and laptops aren't cheap. Those families could be looking at an average of more than $1,000, up from last year's record of about $976. According to the survey of over 7,000 consumers, 88% say the coronavirus pandemic will affect their shopping. More than half of parents with kids in K through 12 will do their shopping online, and more families are planning to buy electronics like computers this year. With all this increased spending, 30% say comparison shopping is going to be key this year. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, guys, and talking about kids and parents, there's new research that has found that parents are actually spanking their kids less than in previous generations. This analysis published in the medical journal JAMA, or is it JAMA, Pediatrics. It used a national survey of graduating high school seniors between 1993 and 2017. So at 35 years old, they were all questioned again, and this report focused on those individuals with children ages 2 to 12 living at home at least part-time.
The study found that in 1993, 50% of parents reported spanking a child. That number went down to 35% by 2017. Even with a decrease, it's still too high by standards set by the American Academy of Pediatrics. The group suggests parents avoid spanking, hitting, slapping, threatening, insulting, humiliating, or shaming. Instead, they want adults caring for children to use positive reinforcements, set limits, and set expectations.
You know, I actually watched a video on Twitter yesterday, and it was I think it was a grandpa like disciplining the kid, and he like spanked him like maybe 3 or 4 times, and people were like losing their minds on Twitter. I got spanked as a kid. I think I turned out okay. Of course, there is a line that should not be crossed. You did too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it warrants
for sure.
A
sometimes
nice little spanking.
Sometimes my dad used you know, other clothing items that you know, people can.
It's not funny, but
yeah, I mean it worked. Stayed out of trouble. And
exactly.
yeah.
My dad was like, he just had to give me that look, and I was like, ooh.
Everybody knows the look.
Regardless
of the punishment, everybody knows the look.
All right, guys, and are you ready to head back to the movies? Well, the nation's second largest cinema chain plans to reopen some of its locations in the U.S. next month. So Regal Cinemas announced it will reopen on August 21st. The company says theaters that open their doors will enforce health and safety measures, of course, including requiring its employees and customers to wear masks.
Regal operates 549 locations in 42 states. The theater chain has not said which locations will start operating again in August, but health departments in Los Angeles, New York, and many other locations have not given theaters in their areas the okay to welcome back guests.
Which is okay, because there's really no new movies being filmed
or
released, so you're not really missing out on a whole lot.
A lot of it's what, straight to Netflix, straight to streaming. So
HBO. Just watch something at home.
Just
maybe
get some popcorn.
You know, I saw that really cool idea where you can get a projector and just project it, like if you have like a white wall in your house,
sure,
and you can just project it over there and make some popcorn for you and your kids.
Get the kids.
You and your boyfriend or girlfriend.
Put them at the door, have them like take a fake ticket and take money from you.
Look at you coming up with a cute idea.
You could have a theater experience.
That's really cute. All right, guys, and contact tracing is an important tool to help stop the spread of COVID-19, but a new study suggests 2 things are standing in the way of it being most effective.
Mandy Gaither has more in today's Health Minute.
It's considered the gold standard for fighting the pandemic. Contact tracing requires testing of all people who may be infected, isolating those who are, and then tracking down others who may have been exposed to someone infected, then testing and isolating them as well. But a new study suggests quick COVID testing and quick reporting of those results are crucial keys to making this tool work. The researchers say app-based contact tracing methods were more effective.
Only through that contact tracing can you actually help beat the virus back.
CNN senior international correspondent Fred Pleiken is familiar with app-based contact tracing after having to be tested for COVID-19 while working in Germany.
If my test would have been positive, I would have put it on this thing. We have this coronavirus app here in Germany. This one's actually telling me right now that I haven't had any contact with anyone who's high risk. But I would have had to put that into that app to make sure other people who have been in contact with me know whether or not my test would have been positive.
The researchers say app technology could keep the virus from rapidly spreading, even with a delay in testing of not more than 2 days, as long as 80% of people exposed are tested and had their contacts traced. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, guys, stay with us. We're telling you how to clear the shelters after the break, and it's National Water Park Day. We've got Splash Kingdom in the building, and they're telling us how you can save some money on some tickets, so stick around for that.
We're also heading to the kitchen for Tex-Mex Tuesday. You don't want to miss out on that. We'll be right back.